So we have the NFC Divisional Playoff this weekend, right after the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens game. This is the Packers and the 49ers. Now, we all know that they have some history in the past when it comes to playoff games. But I think this is going to be different this time. So let's get into it. Packers, Niners, Divisional Playoff Round predictions. Now play that intro. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Darian coming to you live with another video. It is the Darian Hopkins Sports Show. Shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page. If this is your first time ever being at the YouTube page, we highly suggest that you subscribe, hit the bell button, and get the latest news in all sports news. But we're here to do another divisional playoff round prediction, which is the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love going in to Santa Clara and to Levi Stadium against the number one seed in the NFC, which is the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy and these boys. This is going to be a very interesting game. Now, we know the history of these two teams playing in the playoffs. Now, we all know at the end of the day that the 49ers kind of own the Green Bay Packers when it comes to playoffs. Now, let's be honest. The 49ers have knocked out the Packers out the playoffs 4 times, including twice in the previous 4 seasons. Now, we all know most of them times was with Aaron Rodgers and not Jordan Love. So it's going to be very interesting to watch and see how this 49ers can do. And they come in, and the 49ers want to bounce back from last year's NFC title game against the Philadelphia Eagles, which Brock Purdy ended up getting hurt in that game. So they have some redemption as well in this game when it comes to this one here. Now, there's a lot of history behind it. I'm not going to get all into the history. I'm just going to get down to the nitty gritty. Now, we all know that the 49ers is the number one seed in the NFC. They're not the number one team overall, but they are 12-5, and the Green Bay Packers are 10-8. Now, even though the San Francisco 49ers had a bye week during Wild Card Weekend, but the Green Bay Packers didn't, and Jordan Love played phenomenal. One of the best playoff debuts by a quarterback in a long time, outside of C.J. Stroud's debut against the Cleveland Browns. Now, Jordan Love, the guy was really good. He was 16 of 21, 272, and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And even in the last 9 games going in to that wild card game, the man had 21 touchdowns and 1 interception. Now, he did go out and dominate. They dominated the Dallas Cowboys on Wild Card Weekend. And I'm going to tell you the number one reason why, even though that Jordan Love did throw for 272 and 3 touchdowns, but we all know what was the main factor in the reason why the Dallas Cowboys got beat down the way they got beat down. And that was Aaron Jones. Now, Aaron Jones has been not that much healthy. I did have him in my fantasy this year, but going into the end of the year, he has been playing better. That's one thing I can say about Aaron Jones. He's been playing better. He's been running downhill. He's been running over people, averaging about 4 or 5 yards a carry against that Dallas Cowboys defense last week in a wild card weekend. But Aaron Jones is the catalyst if the Green Bay Packers wants to win this game. Have to be the catalyst, because if they don't run the football effectively, I don't think the passing game will open up. And the running game was so effective against the Dallas Cowboys. It had Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Musgrave, Bo Melton, these even Watson, Christian Watson. That guy, he was even playing at a high level when it came to the Dallas Cowboys. And that's why the play action was so well against the Dallas Cowboys, because they was able to run the ball effectively, and they got out to a lead, and they all knew that the Dallas Cowboys could not get back into the game, and they would never come from behind when it comes to playing in home games. But enough of the Dallas Cowboys. This is a totally different defense for the San Francisco 49ers. This is a totally different team than the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The San Francisco 49ers, yes, they took some losses against some good teams, but this defense is legit with Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and then you got Chase Young on the opposite side. Then you just have a lot of great players from the inside out when it comes to the 49ers defense. But I love to see what the Packers offense can do against this defense. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's going to be a very tough task for Jordan Love to go into Santa Clara and put up the numbers that he did against this 49ers defense. Now let's flip it and see if the Green Bay Packers defense could do what they did against Dallas last week. Now we all know Brock Purdy, he wants to have his redemption knowing that he hurt his elbow in the NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles last year. Christian McCaffrey had to carry that team last year into that playoff game, trying to get to the Super Bowl. But I think it's different this year. I think Brock Purdy, he's an MVP candidate. I don't think he will win it, but I know he's an MVP candidate. But Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuels, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, they have so many weapons on the offensive side of the ball. How can the Green Bay Packers keep up? The only thing you have to do, you have to get them off. You got to get off the field on third downs. You got to get off the field on third downs. And Christian McCaffrey is averaging about 5 yards a carry. I don't think the Green Bay Packers is going to win this game. That's just my personal opinion. But they have a lot of weapons on both sides of the ball when it comes to the 49ers. But the Packers are a very, very underrated team in this game. And they're going to put up a fight. I really think they are going to put up a fight. And the Packers came on so strong at the end of the season. They are building on momentum. And even though the 49ers had so much downtime, I don't know if they're going to be rusty or not. That's how I feel about the Baltimore Ravens as well. Are they going to be rusty for having too much time down when it comes to these games? But I feel like Brock Purdy, he has a lot to prove, knowing that what happened as his exit in the playoffs last year. I think it's time for the 49ers to move on and go into the NFC Championship game. And I think this is going to be a shootout. I think not really a shootout. I wouldn't say that, but I think it's going to be in the high. Because I got the same score that I had for the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. I have the 49ers winning 27-24 over the Green Bay Packers. I just think the Green Bay Packers had a solid run, but I think it would not be enough for them to beat the San Francisco 49ers. Now, if Christian McCaffrey could get involved in the passing game and get involved in the running game, and Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel could play all over the field, I think it's going to be very difficult for this defense of the Green Bay Packers to stop all of those weapons. And who would be the answer to stop George Kittle? That's going to be the question there when it comes to this Green Bay Packers defense. So I'm challenging this Green Bay Packers defense to ball out. And I feel like they might get a turnover or prior or two, but I still don't think they will win. I think Jordan Love still will have a good game statistically, and I think Aaron Jones will run the ball effectively, but I still don't think it will be enough on the offensive side to go up against a good defense of the San Francisco 49ers. So I'm taking the 49ers to win this game 27-24 over the Green Bay Packers, but I think Jordan Love is going to compete. I think he's not going to go down without a fight. It will not be blowouts like times where Aaron Rodgers was here and Aaron Rodgers was getting blown out by this team. I think they're going to come in, be competitive, and a lot of people's going to underestimate the Green Bay Packers, but I just think the 49ers are more of a complete team than what the Green Bay Packers are right now. So let me know what you think. How do you feel about going into this game? Will the Green Bay Packers pull off the upset? Will the 49ers get the win and move on to the NFC Championship? Put your comments in the comments below and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It's the Darian Hopkins Sports Show, and I'll see you on the next live stream or in the next video. Peace.